think we're live. I think we're live. Hold on. Let me double check this. I think we're live. We are live, guys. If you go to my channel, you can see we're live. There is a bit of a latency. That's fine. We are okay. All right, guys. Today we're going to be looking at the 9-to-5 workers confront an online millionaire video. It's Brez Scales. It's on his channel. I don't know if he's the one who created this video or if he's just posted a copy on his channel. Doesn't matter. We're going to watch it. I'm just going to share my thoughts on it. Plain and simple. All right, guys. I'm going to put myself down in the corner.
I bought your course. I didn't make fucking money from it, man. Are you gonna give me a refund?
I've tried. I'm not rich.
Bro, but have you sat there for 3 years without?
I can't sit there for 3 years without getting a single.
So you know what? I think I'm about to quit this shit.
So bro. Shit. Okay.
I don't give a shit.
I just have to say that shot where he dissed him and didn't shake his hand.
Hey, sir.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars called school.
Sir.
Selling your vagina on the internet, I don't think is very ethical.
You guys are voting me out? You are a piece of shit. You're a scammer.
The fuck?
So basically, ladies.
I'd just like to mention, I've never seen this before. This is my first time going into it. I kind of think I know what the two mindsets are going to be, but we'll see.
Gentlemen, for the duration of this program, I think this man's actually proven himself very right.
Your full name on Instagram is Brez Scales, right?
Yeah.
I was like, you should change it to Brez Scales.
All right, what's up, everyone? My name is Brez Scales. I'm 21 years old, and I am an entrepreneur. And today I'm going to be debating all these people on common topics a lot of people like to throw out there on the internet. So let's get into it.
Most self-made millionaires under 25 are either scammers, trust fund kids, or got lucky.
All right, Day. Nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you, Brez.
I've talked to a bunch of entrepreneurs, and they supposedly tell me how I could get rich by selling like life insurance and stuff like that. But whenever I ask them to get into detail, there is no details because it's just scams. A lot of it is just screenshots from other people. There is probably 1 or 2 or maybe 3, that are right. But, courses are a scam at the end of the day.
Why do you believe that?
Why do I believe that?
Yeah.
All the information you're trying to provide us is already on Google and ChatGPT. Why do I need to pay you to be able to figure that out?
You're not wrong. I mean, there is a lot of information out there on,
I think he makes a good point, and I think what Brez is going to say is that with a course, the information that's on the internet is taken and it's put in one location so that you can go through what's useful and you can kind of cull through all the garbage. And I think that's a very good point, but I don't think this guy understands that.
Google, ChatGPT, YouTube especially.
Did you take a course?
Yeah, I actually paid $10,000 for a course the other day. But my point here is basically a course is like all of that information that you would have to go out there and find yourself summarized in one.
I've heard some of these guys say that they've bought courses. I've actually heard quite a few of them say that. And I'm starting to think that I used to be very skeptical of the courses. And I thought, this makes no sense to buy this, right? Because I was like the other guy, same thing. You can find all the info online. These courses, they're created by somebody. How good can they really be? But after hearing the guys that actually make the courses buy courses as well, I'm starting to think that there is value to them. You just kind of have to be careful where you're going, what you're paying for,
spot with like a lot of courses have a coaching element added on top. They have like more support, more access to someone who can answer their questions. All of those elements added on top of like the actual content piece itself. So it's like, instead of going out and having to figure it out on your own, you're paying someone who already has that information to help you.
So you're just trying to get lazy people rich?
No, it's not even that. It's just like being able to handle problems. Like entrepreneurship is about failing and learning from your failures and using those failures to like know what you need to know in order to achieve that success. So instead of going through all those failures yourself, it's like, okay, you could come and pay someone like me who can help you kind of navigate around those failures, you know? So it's like, it's more support. It's more like of a fast track. It's more.
So why do you sell courses?
Why do I sell courses? Well, number one, I make more money from doing it. That's just like full transparency. Like I have the skill. Why would I not sell it to other people? Number two, I really enjoy like the coaching aspect of it. Like I really enjoy my job and what I do. And number three, like the demand for it is there. People come to me asking to buy it.
How much is your course?
It's like 4K.
4K?
Yeah.
So you love taking 4K from people?
Well, it's like if they're willing to do what they need to do on their.
I think what he's saying, the gentleman that works the 9-to-5 job, kind of reveals a lot about his mentality. I think when you frame it like that, because I think a lot of what you think is how you act. When you frame it like you're taking $4,000 from somebody, that's the wrong mindset to have, and that kind of translates to other areas of life. I think you have to look at it as it's a transaction and it's an exchange between two people. He provides value from some of the hardship he's had to go through, and he gives it to them. They give him their time, right? So it's I guess everything is really an exchange of time, right? It's just that some people are able to trade their time. They have more leverage. So they can trade their time for higher returns. That's interesting.
End and like put the work in that's necessary to get there. Like, yeah. And
what's your success rate?
It's tough to say because there's a lot of people who join who are willing to do the things they need to do and they see results from it. I have students that make 100K a month. I have students that make 200K a month. I have other students who join and they never make $1 because they just expect everything to be handed to them, and they expect that since they spent 4K, like automatically it's just going to come overnight. And in the reality, like it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's running a real business, and the things to run a real business have to be done in order to see those results. I don't want you to think of it as like buy my course and I'm going to get rich the next night, because that's not what it is, and that's not what I market it as either.
It's 4K too, so it's not an easy investment for a lot of people like me. You get what I'm saying?
Of course. And that's why like I sell it for what it's worth, and I can confidently say that. Like the people who actually are willing to spend that money and put that time in that's necessary, like they see the results. Again, I have students who make 100K a month. I have students who make 200K a month. Like I've had people who they're booting you out, spent their last like couple $1,000s on my program and have like sat there and thanked me over and over and over for it months later. I just had 10 of my students out here, 10 of my top students come out to Miami, and we went out on a yacht. We went to like a cool dinner, and some of them were like really emotional about the fact that they were there. And
how do you prove that? How do you prove that they're all making money? Because I see all of them on Instagram coming over to your house, fucking getting into nice cars.
Yeah, of course.
But they're not their cars.
How do you prove that I make money? You don't. Like you just see it and you just know, bro. But also people.
I am on the side of the 9-to-5 worker here. I think a lot of their lifestyle and how much money they make, it could be inflated. I have no evidence. I don't know enough about the scene to say that. But I'm skeptical too sometimes of what I see. I think a lot of it could be for marketing to kind of push the idea and verify that these courses are worth it. I know what I'm talking about. I make all this money. We don't know that. I guess if you're going to buy a course, be careful where you buy it from.
Well, how can I differentiate yours from like somebody else's? Like if somebody else on Instagram is posting like that they're rich and stuff like that to buy their course,
of course, because
how do I know to buy yours and not theirs?
I mean, last thing is the reality is there's a lot of fake shit out there. I will give you that.
Says it himself.
Alright, I ran a stupid little experiment. I made 3 thumbnails for the same video. One with a...
What's up, bro?
What's up, man?
Oh, shit. Okay. Bet.
You know, I bought your course, man, actually.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
Prove
I did. I bought your course.
Prove it.
Alright, fine, I didn't buy your course, man. That's it. But yeah, you are a piece of shit. You're
Why?
a scammer. Because you're just stealing money from people, man.
How?
I don't know, but you just fucking stealing
You don't
money from
know.
people.
So you're gonna come up here and make a crazy claim like that, but
I'm not
nothing
making
to
a
back it
crazy
up.
claim. You still
You
money
are
from
making a
people.
crazy
Okay,
claim.
how many people bought your course and actually made money back? Let's start with that.
I mean, I don't have an exact number. I would
Exactly,
say
you don't know
typical-
because
no,
nobody
here, I would say
who
typical-
actually buys your course makes money from your course.
Do you
bro.
want me to pull up results right now?
I don't want you to pull up shit because it could be fake.
Because how is it gonna be fake?
It's just fake.
See, you're coming up here and making crazy
I'm
claims.
not making
and you
any
don't have
crazy
anything
claims,
to back
man.
it up.
I just
I
know,
respect it. It's
I
for the
just
clip,
I just know you're a piece of shit. You're scamming people. Prove me wrong.
I just told you I'll pull up results and you said you don't want to see
How
them.
do I know the results are?
Okay, even aside from my course, I run a marketing agency that does 7 figures a year, and
I don't
that
give a
business
shit.
is
I
solely
don't-
based off of making more people money.
I don't give a shit. Okay.
See, you're just making crazy claims.
No,
and you're
because it's
even
not
letting
crazy.
them talk.
Because I bought your course.
No,
and
you
I didn't
didn't.
I bought your fucking course.
just said you
and I
didn't.
didn't make fucking money from it, man. Are you gonna give me a refund?
Okay, you didn't buy my course. You already admitted to that.
How do you know I didn't buy? What are you saying? I'm poor.
I told you
I'm
to
poor.
prove it. and you
I'm poor.
can't-
I can't buy your course.
I'm not saying that at all.
No, you're saying I'm poor.
You got a nice outfit on.
Yeah. Why is this nigga wearing headphones on top of his head like that? Is this part of the black fatigue Myron Gaines was talking about? That's crazy. What's the point of that? Why do you have that there? That's like I don't know what the equivalent would be. That'd be like if I took my phone and just put it on my head. Just be like, yeah, or taped it to the side of my head, like just like this. What's the point of that?
No, you're calling me poor. I can't buy Brez course because it's 4,000. I'm poor. Is that what it is?
You just said you didn't.
When did I
didn't
say that?
Buy my course.
I never
You
said
said it
that.
right when you said
I
that.
never
You
said
said I
that.
bought your course. I said prove it. You said okay.
When did I say that?
You said that as soon as you sat down.
See,
the cameras are rolling.
see, this is what scammers are. They gaslight.
Okay,
They lie.
no, this is-
He's
this
lying.
is-
Yeah, he's just trying to
That's it.
He's just trying to get the clip. Okay, this guy he's just fucking around. He's not here to actually seriously debate.
How much is your course?
It's
4,000. Yeah, 4,000. I spent $4,000 on your
No,
course.
you didn't. But if you can give me,
Why-
I will sit here and
You're
have a
saying I'm poor?
conversation with you.
You're saying
No,
I'm poor?
I'm not saying that at all. I'm not
So
saying
what
that
are you
at all.
saying?
But I'm
Because
saying
you're
if
saying
you
I
can
didn't- I
sit
said
here,
I said I
if
bought
you
your course,
can
you're
sit
telling me-
here and make one logical argument about why my course is a scam, I'm willing to have a conversation with you. But you're just saying bullshit
Sure,
right
you're
now.
not willing to have a conversation with me?
No, I'm more than willing, but can you make one logical point of why my course or what I do in general is a scam?
Okay, because let me explain it very well for you. Okay, listen close. I bought your shit
No, you come
and
on,
it didn't
stop.
work. There you go. A equals B.
Okay.
B equals C.
You're making a really good
C
effort
equals
at
D.
trying to rage bait me, but my cortisol is not
Rage bait.
spiking.
No, you know what made me mad? The fact that I bought your shit.
You didn't buy my course.
Okay,
you already
what,
admitted that.
exactly. What's in your course, anyways? Like, why should people? That's 5 flags. That's you guys are voting me out. I'll be back, man.
See you soon.
Most workers are secretly jealous and wish they were entrepreneurs.
How you doing, Bresler?
Good. Oh, you're a handshaker.
Yeah, I like to shake.
Okay, so real quick before the
That's good, showing respect. Some of the other guys just dissed him. No point in that.
prompt, like
Yeah, bro.
you carry that snake around.
It's a pet snake. You know,
That's
I work
fine.
on a reptile farm.
That's sick
I
as
love
fuck.
wildlife. I love animals. I'm a young Steve Irwin. You know what I mean? And I think that most people who are wages, they might be jealous of the young entrepreneur millionaire. But I've been an entrepreneur too. Like it's the hustle. You said it yourself. You fail. You grind. And you learn from your mistakes. And then, I got a full-time job on a reptile farm. It's kind of the dream, breed endangered animals like Galapagos
Can't-
tortoises.
I can't argue you on that. If you're
Yeah,
happy, you're
so,
happy. Like,
yeah.
That's all that matters in life is
That really is it. And I think people like you're selling this course to just retards. And
No, it's not retards.
Are you
It's-
sure?
No, it's not.
Who's buying? What's your average?
Average age demographic?
Yeah.
17 to 25.
Yeah, there
I'd
you
say.
go. These kids have no experience. They're looking at Instagram.
that's
They're
the
looking
point.
at Twitter.
I would have to say he just said that's the point. I would agree. I would say these kids don't have experience. These young men don't have experience, and they're looking to kind of fast track knowledge, right, by buying this course. So I don't know if you're selling it to retards. You're selling it to guys who are trying to learn, right? And this is the resources they have available to them to do the things that they want to do.
They're seeing people like you are flexing all these cars, flexing the mansion.
Of course.
A lot of these people are faking that. These kids, like, what are they even doing? If they have questions, why would they buy a course when they could just ask the internet? If they're buying your course and they don't have questions, they're retarded, right? So they have to know what they want to know from your course, and then you could just plug that into ChatGPT or find a mentor. I mean,
Find a mentor, exactly.
There you go.
I don't think it's as easy as he said to just find a mentor. I'm looking for a mentor. You know, if you watch this, take me in. I don't think it's quite as easy to find a mentor as he's saying it is.
Like
Like
you're 21 years old, right?
I am, yeah, 21.
What life experience do you have? What jobs did you have that you made this money? Are you a nepo baby, or did you?
No.
I guess I don't know if you would need life experience. If you're going to teach a course on something, you can definitely be 21 and do that, assuming that you've spent a few years learning about this skill and you know it well enough to actually teach somebody and instruct them on it. So I would disagree with them there. Definitely, if you're 21, you do lack life experience. I'm not going to say that. But if you've spent a few years from the time you were 16 or 17 to 21, 3 to 4 years learning about a skill, and then you're trying to market that, totally can. And people know your age, right? So it's kind of up to them if they want to buy your course or trust you. So I would say his argument's kind of invalid there, but.
I mean, my parents, they did averagely well for themselves. I'm always open about that. But when I dropped out of college to do this stuff full time,
Me too.
Hell yeah.
So
They told me they wouldn't give me $1, and like financially I was on my own, and that was like a big motivator for me, was that I moved across the country and like had to figure all this shit out on my own, and I didn't have much money to do so. So I don't like come.
So you did come from below. You were pretty poor, huh? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm not saying I was poor. Like again, my
But
parents.
when you left on your own, did you have a ton of money? Like, did you?
I mean, I
100K?
had probably like 50K saved up. So
Where'd
like
you get that?
a good backbone from what I was doing online. Like when I was in college, I started everything back like sophomore year of high school, and was working all through high school and never really made money my first 1, 2, 3 years doing it. And then as soon as I kind of got into college, I started to actually see some of the like rewards of my hard work, and stacked up like 40, 50K, was making like 10K a month, and was like, this is what I want to do with my life. I'm going to drop out and like go full force at it.
All right, and I'd say like most wages, most normal people, they couldn't handle being an entrepreneur. It's a lot of work. It's sleepless nights. It's you got to give things up, right? When you say
Yeah, I would say majority of people, but I would say like anyone who's like just willing to go through that process and that hard work is capable of doing it.
Absolutely, but I mean, if they really are capable of doing that work, putting the time in, why buy your course? Like, it's just a scam.
No, it's not a scam, but the point in buying it is to have that extra layer of support, be able to ask questions to someone who knows the answer to them, be able to get all that information in one hub rather than having to go out and do it all on your own.
I hear you. Google is one hub.
Of course, but you have to search for different examples, find different things. Real life example, when I started, I didn't buy a course when I first started. I started trying to get into online business my freshman year of high school.
And you probably figured it out eventually, right?
Yeah, but I tried trading, I tried drop shipping, I tried crypto, I tried NFTs. Like I was just losing money. Yeah, losing money over and over.
Yeah.
And then finally, like I found what I do now. I got into marketing for brands, and I just stayed.
Welcome to Wix Harmony, where even the boldest creation thrives on a rock-solid foundation.
Consistent with it.
It's a pleasure.
Pleasure. You're a handshaker. I respect that.
So yeah, I woke up 3 a.m, moving bags, getting told I'm an idiot. They talking down on me because I got a GED. And then I look on Instagram on my phone, I see you in the Lamborghini. I said, what's this guy do? What? He doesn't have any dirt on his hands or anything. But did you say you're a millionaire? You sell a course, somebody clicks something and you make money?
So, like, you're asking me what I do for a living?
What is it?
So I run a marketing agency where we run ads for e-com brands. So like skincare brands, healthcare brands, clothing brands, jewelry brands, anything you see online, like streetwear brand, for example, we run their advertisements on platforms.
I would say we don't have enough people working regular jobs. A lot of, like, so many guys, myself included, I'm here streaming, okay? People don't want to work manual labor because it's tough and it doesn't pay well, right? You can't buy a fucking house anymore. You can hardly buy a car. Food is expensive. Everything's expensive. Bills are ridiculous. Women don't fucking respect you, bro. Actually, That's crazy to think about. You used to be able to work a normal job, 9 to 5, and you were able to buy a house, pay the bills, have a vehicle, maybe two vehicles, support a family, one man working a job. Shit, nowadays you need you need two incomes to survive, and you probably have less surplus. That's crazy. No, and not on top of that, women don't respect you anymore. Like if you work a normal job, you're just a normal dude, bro, you ain't getting no bitches. No, no wonder nobody wants to work a 9 to 5 anymore. I work a 9 to 5. I don't like it. Why do you think I'm streaming?
Instagram, Facebook, Google, TikTok, and we make their businesses more money by running those advertisements. And then we take a percentage of everything we generate. So that's one of my businesses, is that agency where we do that for these businesses. And then number two, I have a program where I teach people how they can do the same exact thing. So I coach them on how to start doing that for themselves. They're basically finding businesses, calling those businesses, texting those businesses, emailing them, and pitching their services of running ads for them. So say
That's why it's a scam. That's why it's a scam.
why is it a scam?
Because they not working for real. And you selling a dream.
That makes no sense. If there's a car wrap shop down the street, right? Jimmy's car wrap shop. And I go to Jimmy and I tell him, hey, I can make your business more money by running ads for your business. And I make him more money and he pays me a percentage of the money that I make him. That's me delivering a service for him. Same way as when you go to a construction site and you work on that construction site, who's ever building,
work hard
you
for
do.
my-
You work
You know how
really
much I
hard.
make?
Oh, I'm sure you don't make enough.
You know what minimum wage is? They just raised it.
I don't know.
I know because I was making it.
Anyways, my point here is you're building a house for someone. That person is paying you to build that house, right? You're doing a service for them. And in return for that service, they give you money. It's the same
Yo, that sucks. Imagine this guy looks like he's
exact concept.
And you just put all of the answers there,
This guy looks
tell
like
people
he's-
to do it, and you just go
I
on.
don't know. I'm dude.
And-
Black
No, it's
fact,
like-
I'm
it's
not,
like-
I'm not doing guessing age.
Like,
A program you join and there's like,
He's making
yeah.
minimum wage.
Sacrificing your 20s to build a business means you'll miss out on
See, did he make the wrong life choices, which brought him to this place, or was it really just bad luck? See, I kind of refuse to believe that it's just bad luck. I think if you bare minimum have average intelligence and you're not disabled in some way, like you're not missing an arm or your penis isn't like deformed, I think you can make it. Maybe you're not going to be a billionaire. Not everybody can be a billionaire. Or if everybody's a billionaire, nobody's a billionaire. But I think that assuming you're an average person, you can definitely survive. If you work hard and have the right mentality, you can make more than minimum wage. So the fact that this guy's 30 making minimum wage, it also tells you something about his mindset. Mindset it can really hold you back.
life's best years.
Welcome back. That's okay.
Last time was
It's okay. Why do you think building a business in your 20s makes you miss out on life's best experiences?
I want to apologize for last time.
Okay.
Chibi.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
It was a little bit too
Again,
much.
no grudges held.
But wait, you think I'm jealous of you? Back to the other prompt. I know it's
No,
any prompt.
I don't.
Because I'm not.
Again, I told him he's very happy doing what he does for work. That's amazing. That's all that matters in life is that you're happy. You know?
Andrew Tate made a point. He said that if you just chase happiness, that's how degeneracy not builds, not thrives, but it's just chasing happiness is not what you should be chasing, especially as a man, because that's when you start to do right. He said it's when you start to do drugs and you're lazy and everything's about being happy. I think he said you want to be prideful, feel proud. I can't speak to whether or not he's right or wrong about that. I just know that I don't think chasing happiness is what you should be doing. I think you want to be fulfilled. What you do matters, has a purpose. I think we all want to be recognized for doing great things and being important. So yeah, honestly, like not everybody's gonna be able to become a millionaire. And that's just the reality of the world. So I think just as long as what you're doing, you can show up to work and say, hey, this matters. I think That's already a great start.
No,
So-
some people don't care
Alright.
about money. Some people don't.
The current prompt is you should sacrifice your 20s to build. I agree with that, actually. You know, like,
You're how old?
do you have friends? Do you have people that's, I mean, what do you do in your free time? Just,
I love cars.
yeah?
Go to like car
You sell
meets,
courses on cars or? No? Nah.
I'll drive my cars. I'll go to the beach sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll
You ever
go
just
to dinner
you ever
with
just
my
fuck around
friends.
with your friends just for, you know, fun
Yeah,
and shit like
of
that?
course.
Yeah, like, what do you do like when you're fucking around?
I mean, we'll travel some. Like when we have the time to, we'll travel.
yeah, where you travel to?
Where was the last trip I went on with my friends? We went to the Keys, in Florida. So not like a crazy trip, but nice little.
Nah, you
weekend
travel
trip.
crazy, man. I feel like you travel crazy places. See me, I'm actually like a college student, but I also do sales. So like what you and I do is kind of similar, except you sell to like dumb retarded people.
Who do you sell
So
to?
I sell to like homeowners and shit like that. So I sell like security camera systems. I'm actually having fun in my 20s. You know, like you don't need a car to have fun in your 20s. You don't need to have a freaking big ass house to have fun. And I spent time with my friends
What
in
car do you
college. You know,
drive?
just fucking
Nobody ever said you need those things.
around. What happened?
Car do you drive?
What car do I drive? I drive a 1996 Honda Civic.
You drove that here?
Yeah.
Do you think you would have had more fun driving here if you were in a Rolls Royce Cullinan?
I actually hate Rolls Royce. I feel like the design is
What
like
about
fucking ugly.
what about a Lamborghini?
Lamborghini? It's too popular. I don't like popular shit.
Okay, what about?
That's why I don't like you, because you're
What's your dream car?
my dream car. I don't have a dream car actually. I just
Okay, maybe
I
you
just
don't
don't.
care.
I
about
don't
cars.
really
We'll
care
move to
about
the next
cars,
thing.
about shit like.
All
You know
right,
what I'm saying?
continue.
What I want is actually a yacht. Can you get that for me?
I can't afford a yacht.
That's 5 flags.
You get voted out fast, bro.
I know, man.
Wait, what do you agree with? To sacrifice young so
I
you
think-
can be good by 30?
Yeah, I think.
But you're still young.
Yeah, but I think like.
You haven't sacrificed anything. You got really lucky.
How did I get lucky?
You're fucking 21 and you're rich. There's
Luck isn't real. Luck is just a replacement for the term chance. Chance is what he means.
a lot of people that fucking try every day.
But I
tried
sacrificed,
drop
like-
shipping. I tried a lot of stuff. I was gonna sign up for your course. The problem is your course was a little pushy. I'm not gonna lie.
Pushy?
Yeah, it was like 2 a.m. on like
Well, you
Tuesday
probably
night,
applied
and I
at
was
2 a.m.
I applied at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
and I got a phone call at 2 a.m.
Well, that's what it says when you apply. It says someone will call you within the next 2 minutes.
I
just got a good team.
I
man.
honestly
I got
did
a
not
good
fucking
team.
see that, but
I know
that's
how to
fucking
run
crazy.
business.
But I mean, look, you could sacrifice your 20s to be good at 30, but like, there's nothing wrong with working through your 20s.
No, of
like,
course. I agree.
I've been working since I was 16,
Bro, if I didn't,
and I have fun every single day.
say I made $100 million by the time I was 30, I wouldn't retire. Like, what am I going to do with myself? I'm going to go crazy not having work. Like, work brings me fulfillment.
Do you work the whole day though?
6 to 8 hours a day. It totally depends on the day. My
What
job
time
is
do
so
you wake up?
situational. Usually like 9,
9?
and then I go straight to the gym.
All right, because I wake up at 5 in the morning to
That's
go to
early.
work.
Yeah.
Be there by 6:30, maybe 7 o'clock. Everybody's leaving at 5. I'm leaving at 7. I'm hustling. That's not
good,
the same type of hustle,
Yeah.
but I'm hustling.
But you're
So
hustling.
I have money in my account because I think when everybody gets up, when everybody leaves at 5, they go home and they sit around and look at TikTok all day. I leave at 7. I go home, I eat, I shower, and I go to sleep. But I still have time to do stuff on the weekends. I go out with my friends, this and that. Why do you think I should be doing a course right now or taking your course?
Well, I think long term, I think that the extra time you're spending at work making like an hourly wage could be like reflected tenfold if you took some of that time away from your job and allocated that into something that has like higher ROI potential. I think like long term you could look back at that and be like, damn, I'm happy I didn't spend that time trading it for a paycheck.
So
and I spent
scamming
it-
has like a good ROI potential?
You asked me a question, bro. You can't just.
Fuck. Got him.
But you see my point? Like, instead of trading your time for a paycheck, you take that time and allocate that into something that has more
Do you
of
work
an
8 hours a
ROI
day
potential.
minimum?
Not minimum. There's days where I work 2. Like, it just depends. That's the beauty of my job is I have that freedom. Nobody can tell me what time I have to be to work and what time I can leave.
Okay.
You know?
I could agree with you on that, but there's a lot of uncertainty to your job. At the point where you're at right now, you're pretty fucking big. You got a lot of fucking people that follow you. You'll make money whether on social media, on investment properties, whatever the hell you got. But somebody like me who were to start making 10K a month off your course or whatever the hell, I don't know if next month I'll make 10K. I don't know if next month I'll even make 1,000.
Let me tell you a story. I started at that point too, bro. When I dropped out of school and moved across the country into a new house, I had like bills to pay and shit. Like I didn't have much money in my name. I had like 40, 50K. And I was running my clothing brand at the time. That's how I got into marketing, was I started a clothing brand and I learned how to run ads for it. Anyways, long story short, I ended up getting scammed by my manufacturer for 60 grand. I paid him for a bulk order of like a shipment of clothes and he just never sent it. I literally got scammed for 60 racks. So I'm down to like very little money left in my account. And like I had to figure it out. So, you know, there is risk involved with entrepreneurship. You can't argue that there's not. That's what it's about though, is it takes a special type of person to be willing to like take that risk and like.
But the risk was a lot
easier.
easier for you. You say your parents weren't rich, but they were good, right?
Yeah, they did well for themselves.
If I don't show up to work, what happens if my mom can't pay the mortgage? I stay with my mom as of right now. But, you know, I stay with my mom. What happens if my mom can't pay the mortgage? Who's gonna take care of her? How is she gonna be able to pay the mortgage? And she's gonna look over,
I'd be willing to bet his mom is probably fine. She probably pays the bills just fine. That's why he's using the word "what if my mom can't pay the mortgage." I think this is a bad example with a strong base argument.
come to my room and I'm there on a fucking computer. Hold the fuck up, mom. I'm on the fucking course trying to learn how to make 10K a month. When I could be outside working, guaranteeing that I'm gonna make that bread to.
Right. Yeah, you could guarantee that you take home a paycheck, but I think that's what he's saying, is that there's risk, right? If you're going to be an entrepreneur and you're going to try and make something from nothing, it might not work, right? Like that's what he's saying.
But you can do both, bro.
I think they agree on this point, but he's just kind of, I don't know, triggered. He's not triggered, but he doesn't like the way it's being said, so he's trying to disagree with something that he actually disagrees, or that he actually agrees with.
You could be doing both. You, instead of staying at work till 7 p.m., you could go to work till 5 p.m. and then allocate the other 5 hours of your day to trying to do what has more ROI potential. That's what I was doing. Like when I started all this shit, I was in school, I was going to the gym, I worked a job, trying to save up money to be able to invest in my business, and I still made time. Like if you want to make the time, you can make the time, you know?
I don't know, man. It seems like.
I think people all the time, you'll hear them say, I don't have the time to do this. I'm too busy. And what I've realized is that what that actually means is that's not a priority for me. Because if you want to do something exactly what Brez says, you will make the time to do it. When you say, I don't have the time, the reality is what you're saying, I'm going to translate it, is it's not a priority for me. So next time you say, the next instance where you hear yourself say that, I don't have the time, just think back to this and realize you do have the time. You're just prioritizing other things, right? Because if you go to your day job and you come home, maybe you cook food, maybe you shower, then cook food, and then you do something in the evening, right? Whatever that is. Maybe you have once or twice a week, you got something with your church, or you hang out with friends, right? You could swap that out. You could always swap out whatever you're doing for something else, assuming that that's what you want to do, right? If you make that a priority, so you can make it work.
You didn't have too much to risk. Obviously, if you lost all your money or if you weren't making money, you would have been on the street. But worst comes to worst, you call your dad, you call your mom, they fly you back out to their house and you're good. You know what I'm saying? I have a baby on the way. I made a bad decision. I bought a Corvette and now I got to pay that. If not, my credit goes under.
Yeah.
And credit's pretty important.
Yeah.
I got to buy a house.
I mean, not everyone starts in the same situation. Like, you know, I'm probably a little maybe more fortunate than you were, but I still, you know, had to do the shit that was necessary in order to get there. You can't change your current situation. The only thing you can do is change your future. So you just got to work harder to
I don't know, man. Me and all my friends tried to do the risk thing. We tried to do trading. We tried to do drop shipping.
For how long?
I gave up. Obviously, I'm a mechanic now. Everybody else is still trading to this day.
I just told you it took me years to
But
make
I
my
know
first dollar.
somebody.
I
Okay, I have a close friend since fucking middle school, right? He's been trading since like sophomore year of high school.
I don't believe like trading is
You think it's fake?
not fake, no, but it takes a lot of time and you're risking your own money, so I don't think it's that ethical.
What you do is you scale.
Is that what you meant to say, Brez? Ethical? I don't think that makes sense.
You scale businesses, right? So you advertise them. These are people who are working hard to grow their businesses. Why would they pay you to grow their businesses?
Good question.
They're already risking their 20s, most of them, to grow a business that's at least
Number
8
one.
times out of 10 is gonna die.
Number one, they see all the results we've gotten for other people. Number two, we work off of performance-based pay, meaning we only take a percentage of the money that we generate them. So if I come to your mechanic shop and I make you an extra $100,000 in a month off of ads, just random example, we usually take about 10% of what we generate them, so 10K. So out of that 90 or out of that 100K in revenue, they keep 90, whatever their cost of goods are, cost of service, they take that out. But they keep their profit, we keep ours. It's a mutually beneficial
You take
relationship.
10% though. That's a lot away from my business.
But we do a lot for that business.
Yeah, but I saw somebody else turn this into a clip, this exact scene. But yeah, 10% is a lot, and they get 10% of something you never would have fucking had without him. Like you would have. Why? See, this is the framing. This is the incorrect framing that people have. Is they think, oh, he's taking $10,000. That's a lot of money. Sure, $10,000 is a lot of money, but you never would have had the rest of that if he hadn't stepped in, right? So like, he's gonna take a fee. You never would have had that money at all in the first place if he hadn't stepped in. So like, like, what the fuck? Dope shit. I think at this point, I don't think he's triggered. He seems calm, but I think that he's arguing to argue. He doesn't like what this guy is saying, and his mindset is in a different state. He just doesn't agree. When you're closed off to the possibilities and the fact that something can be done, you don't want to believe it, because believing it means that where you are today is your own fault. If it's possible for anyone to become successful and you're not successful, and you acknowledge that anybody can become successful, then you being where you're at is your own fault, right? And to acknowledge that is tough. I think we all struggle with that. I struggle with that. I often have limiting beliefs and I ruminate when I'm at work, when I'm at my 9 to 5, because my boss pisses me off and I'm not happy with the position I'm at. But the reality is, it's my fault. And if I want to be somewhere else, then I got to take action, which is why I'm here streaming today. So don't have that mindset, guys. That's fucked. If you're broke, if you're poor, if you hate your boss, if women don't respect you, if your girlfriend's cheating on you, if you're fat, if you're unhappy with your life, 100%, that's on you. You cannot blame anybody else for that. It's just a bad mindset to have. And I get it. Accepting that that's your fault, it's tough, bro, because it's like, wow. It's like, how did I get here? How do I get out? You know, we don't have the answers, and to be in that unknown is uncomfortable. But the reality is, it's your fucking fault. If you don't like your job, if you're fat and your woman's cheating on you, you got to do something about it, bro. Whether that be changing jobs, I think that's a really good one. Is let's say you're working in a manufacturing facility, I am, or you're working at a gas station, or you work at a car wash, you work at a grocery store, whatever it is. I think just getting out of that environment and going somewhere else for a fresh start with a new mindset can already in itself be extremely helpful. So even if it's just something small like that, even if you're not upgrading jobs, maybe you're doing a sidestep, right? You have the opportunity to rebuild your reputation. Very important. I think you can try that. Moving cities is also an option. I'm thinking about doing that. I still live in a small town. I always have. But I think you got to change your environment. That's important as well.
We make ad creatives, we deliver the service, we deliver email
How do I know the customers are coming from you and not from somewhere else?
Yeah, so when you're running ads for a business, the ads manager...
Right, and this is one of the ads, man. This is one of the things, he's going to explain it right now, but this is one of the things that his course can help you like understand, right? Because this guy asks a very basic question and a good question, right? How do you know where the money that you're generating comes from? Because it's like, how you're running this business, and now there's an extra 100K in revenue. How do you know how much of that is actually from Brez's business, like that he's generating? And that's a good question. He's going to explain that you have websites and accounts that can track where all your leads are coming from, right? So like this is something that his course will teach you, which is why a course isn't always bad. You can also learn this online for free, learn it in the course, right? Just depends what you're looking for.
Like the Facebook ads manager has what's called a pixel that connects to the website. You code it into the website and it tracks exactly how much traffic comes from the ads, how many sales come from the ads, how many leads come from the ads, whatever metric you want to track, it tracks that directly.
All right.
Yeah.
All I got for that one.
It's impossible to have freedom with a normal job.
Whoa. What's that? I just built a budgeting app in Base 44. guys.
Hi, my name is Preeti. So I guess my question is, I think for a lot of young people, they're kind of sold this fantasy about entrepreneurship, and maybe people are marketing like Ferraris, Lamborghinis, this lifestyle of, oh, you become an entrepreneur, you'll become super wealthy. But the reality is maybe like 1%, maybe the top 0.1%.
Do you know why? The other 99% of people give up too quick.
Well, I'll tell you the alternative. The alternative is I think people should be taught like really build skills, like valuable skills.
That's literally all I preach.
But before you go into entrepreneurship, you could go into a job and learn.
Yo, this is kind of off topic, but why don't women wear bras anymore? Like this girl is just fully free nippling in public for everyone to see. It's like, do you have no shame? Doesn't this woman come from India, where they have more traditional values, and she's a whore? She's been in America for 3 years, and she's a whore, bro.
Skills like
jobs don't teach skills the same way hands-on learning does. I've learned way more in my experience just sitting there cold calling businesses and failing over and over and over than I ever would at any sort of job, internship, anything. I totally agree with you in your point of learn a valuable skill, because that's what entrepreneurship is. Learn a skill that's valuable and provide that skill to people with money who can afford to pay for your skill. That's literally what it is, right? But
right, also in terms of the freedom, like say you learn a skill, like you go into the tech industry, like people are saying, oh, drop out of school, just do online. But if you go to a good college, like I went to a good college, I had like a traditional South Asian background, went to a good college, you get a job in like say the tech field. These companies have millions and multi-millions of
like a scam call center
dollars in revenue. So they can give you a high paying job where you have far less stress than entrepreneurship.
You know what I've noticed about a lot of these conversations is that what Brez is saying and what the 9-to-5 workers are saying are actually aligned, but I think there's just a loss in translation. That's not the right term. Not a loss in translation, but the 9-to-5 workers just don't seem to like the way that Brez frames it and what he's saying, but I think they both agree. I think Brez would agree that having a 9-to-5, what she's saying, is less stressful than being an entrepreneur. And that's correct. Not everybody can handle that. So if you can't handle that stress, and that's where a 9-to-5 is probably right for you. Because it is stressful being an entrepreneur. I wouldn't consider streaming in itself entrepreneurship, maybe what surrounds the streaming, but doing this, streaming to you guys in your free time in hopes of building something bigger, there's nobody watching right now. There's zero concurrent viewers, two views from my phone, and even this is nerve-wracking. Like my roommate, if he walks in, bro, I'm shutting up. If you hear me, if you watch me and I just stop talking and just play the video, it's because my roommate walked in or somebody's witnessing this. Like it's tough, bro. That stress and exposing yourself like that. Even doing the cold calls. Brez says he does a bunch of cold calls, or he did a bunch of cold calls when he started. Doing those cold calls, even though that person on the other side of the phone has no idea who you are and you can end it as soon as you hang up and they'll never know, it's still nerve-wracking, right? Because failure is real, failure is imminent. 100%. When you do cold calls, you're going to fail. When I post this stream, I guess I have 0 viewers. You could call that a fail, but I think that you learned from it, right? Right? Like Brez did those cold calls, and I guarantee you a ton of people told him no because he probably had a shitty pitch, didn't know what he was talking about, probably didn't have a great offer, and that's just what happens. But he probably did it more and more and more, and realized, like, because he probably changed it up each time and realized what worked and what didn't work, improved his offer, and then he overnight, not overnight, but in time, you succeed, right? So you just have to keep trying. A 9-to-5 job, exactly what she's saying. She's saying that a 9-to-5 job is less stressful, as if he'd disagree. No shit. And that's why some people need that, because not everybody's built to handle stress. I think you can learn to handle it, right? But that means forcing yourself into uncomfortable situations over and over and over again until you become desensitized in a way. So yeah, I don't think they'd agree. I think a lot of the people here actually they agree with each other. They just don't like how it's said.
You're gaining skills like whether it's coding, whether it's UX design, whether it's AI engineering, you're gaining skills in that, and then you can keep advancing. You can get to 500K, 600K, you get bonuses,
Coding,
and it's
I mean-
9 to 5. So if people, and then later on, like once you gain like a lot of skills, say AI engineering, coding, tech, when you're 35, 40, like, you know, you earned all this money through a job, maybe you pursue entrepreneurship, maybe you decide a job is easier, but that's just a way easier path. But people are not told that. Like I have friends who work at Instagram, for instance, like he gets paid 500K a year. He works like 3 hours a day because all the responsibility, like
What does he do for his job?
So he's in software engineering at
Probably going to
Instagram.
get replaced by AI in the next 5 years.
Right. Well, there's also AI engineering. Anything can be replaced by AI. But what I'm just saying is like right now, I feel like when you go on Instagram, you go on social media, everyone is sold this fantasy of like, oh, just buy this branding course, buy this course, become a multimillionaire. The reality is like making money is hard. And that's not what.
And that's what I was just telling. I don't remember who it was I was telling, but for the first couple of years of my life, getting into entrepreneurship, I never made $1.
Don't start dropshipping this year. Here's why. Slow shipping, cheap products, guessing what to sell, that model is done. But here's the part most people miss. Sell.
And I will never tell people that it's going to be easy. I will tell them the formula is easy. Simply figure out what you need to do, and you know what you need to do, and you just do those things. The journey is not going to be easy. So again, the formula is easy, the journey is not.
But I think social media sells this fantasy of like people are having these Lambos, Ferraris, mansions, and then they're like, oh, just buy this course, build this online business. And
I can agree with her to some extent. I think that a lot of people misunderstand what a course is. I think a course gives you access to the basic knowledge needed to succeed, and then from there it's on you to do the repetitions over and over and over and over and over again, and that's where a lot of people fail. Brez mentioned this earlier. They quit too early. You just have to keep going, keep pushing. I think a lot of people know that, but it's tough, right?
Be a multi-millionaire driving out a Lambo. Even with entrepreneurship, it's not for everyone. You have to have a very high nervous system capacity, like you said, being able to handle rejection, being able to handle uncertainty, being able to.
Bro, just slop. Whatever. Okay, having she said nervous system capacity. I think that's. I don't even know what the fuck that means. I think that was. It's just fake news, bro.
Handle failure, like maybe 0.01%. Is able to have that unique skill set to do it. So it's not freedom. It's not freedom for most people. Most people like can build skills to get like a high paying job.
I would disagree with you on that completely,
way easier
because those
to do.
skills can be learned elsewhere too with just hands-on failure.
Right, but in this say they have freedom because if you have like a 200, 300, 400K
But not
job,
everyone can do that.
So,
and to get a job like that, you pay for the biggest course of them all, college. How much do you spend to go to college to get a tech degree?
But
that's a course. Am I right or wrong?
But it's a more predictable path to earning a lot of money. Entrepreneurship
not really. It's only predictable because
fragment.
It's only predictable because it's been proven by so many other people, and courses have too. Because if you look at the people who have simply just done the shit they need to do inside of those courses and have stuck to the journey long enough, they get results. But the problem is a lot of people aren't willing to hold themselves accountable enough to stay there long enough and do the shit they know they need to do and get that result.
Not everyone has there's more people who have the ability to get a high paying job and perform well in that than have the nervous system capacity to be a successful entrepreneur.
You're simply just a pussy at that point.
I don't know what this nervous system capacity to become an entrepreneur is. I don't think that exists. I think that's just a random bullshit term that she created out of thin air. I don't think she knows what she's talking about.
You're not willing to just.
I would actually say, I think women, when they're calm, know how to speak in a way that sounds like they know what they're talking about, but I don't think they know what the fuck they're talking about, ever.
Work hard.
Right.
Again, the formula is simple. You know what you need to do. It's just a matter of the journey being hard, and you just have to stick with it long enough. College is only a proven path more because so many more people have done it because it's become such a norm. They want to be normal and just trade their time for money. That's
That's
fine.
still a lot more money than a lot of entrepreneurs make. How many entrepreneurs make 500K plus after revenue in profit?
I guess it depends. I sure as hell do. I would rather make less money and not have to trade my time for money than make more money and be restricted.
I'm just saying it's easier. You said freedom. It's easier for people to get a high-paying job.
I often think when debates occur, there's a lot of moving of goalposts. So that's it. Instead of exploring the idea and actually coming to a consensus or to an agreement about like what they're talking about, both parties want to be right, and so what they do is they end up continually shifting the goalposts more and more and more and more and more throughout the debate, the argument, where at the end, that's me nice. They think they won, but the reality is they didn't. Like you're not even talking about the same thing anymore. Like I see this here.
Starting from scratch is scary. Monday.com gives you.
I agreed with you on that part.
It's impossible to have freedom with a normal job. They didn't even really talk about that. They ended up discussing how getting a normal job is easier, but they didn't actually talk about having freedom with a normal job. So they keep moving the goalposts.
A good amount of people are, you know, like I agreed with you there.
They really sit down and be like, I'm gonna master AI engineering, and I'm like gonna go all.
But if they sit down and master whatever course they're buying, it's the same thing.
That's more
because,
very
bro,
absurd.
it's literally. I don't know how we're still going, but it's listen. It's the same thing. If you're gonna master AI engineering, you're gonna pay for a course that's hundreds of thousands of dollars called school.
Sir.
All right. So.
I'm studying.
That's extremely disrespectful. You don't need to snap at somebody.
Engineering right now. Hello, my name is Cece.
Okay.
Back to what she was saying. She was saying that only 0.1%, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make it here. So why would you sell something that only 0.1% could do?
Because in the end of the day, it's not totally on me if they have the work ethic, you know? Why would college sell their biggest course of all to people when they know not everyone is going to pass, not everyone is going to get through it? I paid money for school when I went to college and I dropped out. Why would they sell it to me if they knew I was going to drop out? They didn't know, but they sold it to me because I was willing to go and I was willing to give it a shot. I can only do my job of trying my best to hold them accountable, give them all the information I possibly can. They have to do the work.
But you don't think people will catch up onto that and not buy your course if they're not doing good?
No.
I like that question. I don't think she framed it very well, but I like that question. She's saying if people start seeing that these courses don't have a high success rate, aren't they going to stop buying these courses? And the answer to that is yes. That's why people are going to college and university less and less and less. You see a lot less people going to these schools after they graduate high school to get a second education because they're starting to realize that it's not as effective as it used to be. And because the trades are requiring more and more people are aging out and people aren't going into these trades as fast as they used to. They're starting to pay more and people are starting to go alternative routes, right? So yeah, what she's saying makes sense, but she doesn't see how this could be used for the same institution that she's defending, college, right? The same thing applies there.
Because people do good, so people keep buying it because it gets people results.
How do you know they're doing good?
Because I keep a close relationship with all my students and I have a wins channel where they post all their wins.
Then why don't we have more entrepreneurs that talk about you?
I mean, you would just have to go find them. They're out there.
How is that better than going to college?
It has a lot more potential long term.
Like
college, college is just so traditional. What are you going to do? Spend $100K to go to college, get a job
I
that
don't
pays
spend
you?
$100K to go to college. I have a scholarship. There's people that study.
Having a scholarship is irrelevant because the money, it still has to be paid, right? It just means that taxpayers are paying for your fucking education. Like, women say this all the time. College doesn't cost that much. I have a scholarship. Yeah, nigga, but you still have to pay for the fucking college, retard.
all of high school.
Of course.
Get good grades. They get a scholarship, and they don't have to pay for that.
But still,
And
then
it's
they're
not
set up when they
zero-
graduate college,
Wait.
they get hit with life real
Sir.
quick and they're making 40K a year. What does that get you? In Miami, that can't even get you a fucking apartment.
Not 40K a year. A lot of them make a lot more than
A lot
that.
of them make 40K a year though.
Like, who do you know?
A lot
that
of them
makes 40K?
struggle to find jobs. You know how many people I know back from my hometown? I grew up in Wisconsin. You know how many people back from my hometown graduated college and are struggling to even find a job
But in engineering,
with a degree? Maybe not engineering, but whatever degree it is. Engineering, that's got potential probably to get replaced by AI too.
so do you.
No, I
AI is
don't.
already
No, I don't. I use AI in my business. I'm ahead of the curve. You think I see all this bullshit about AI coming up on my feed and I'm not ahead of the curve and on it already and utilizing it for my business
how
to
is
make
that
more
good
money?
long term?
That's what an entrepreneur is.
Okay.
You adapt to shifts
Wait,
in the market.
If you would have had a degree and you would have continued college, wouldn't you have been a more reliable person to buy courses from? Long term. Wait.
Because
wait,
what, I took a
hold on.
fucking arts class in
No,
college?
like,
I
for
went to
example,
college for
I
2 months
also-
for marketing, and you know what I learned about? Math and English. The fuck is that?
Okay, because those are like your prereqs, like your core classes that you have to take in college. Everyone has
That's
to take.
why college is bullshit, because why am I learning about math and English if I'm trying to learn about marketing?
Then maybe you shouldn't have taken
And so I
marketing.
dropped
That's
out.
That's a skill issue.
I dropped out and I went and learned it myself, and I make millions of dollars a year doing
Okay,
it.
that's good for you, but you're talking about people overall, not you. I don't
But
think
that
long
works.
term. I don't think long term.
But if it works for me, why can't it work for other people?
You had a unique skill.
No, I didn't. I didn't have the skill. I didn't have the skill set.
Long term, you're relying on social media trends and the
I
algorithm.
adapt. That's what being an entrepreneur
Okay,
is.
but you're relying on it because you don't have a degree, you don't have a background on business, right?
What do I need a
Because
degree for?
you
I
dropped out
have a
of
background on
college
business. You
in
think I don't have a
marketing, right?
background on business, but
What's
I've
your
made.
background on business? Drop
I've
it, go.
ran 2 7-figure a year businesses for the last 2 years of my life. The fuck?
Okay, well, yeah, that's good, but like, how?
I'm a bit of a freak for psychology, and his demeanor, and this makes total sense. I'm not shitting on him, but his demeanor has become more defensive as his ego gets more invested. When a clear bimbo, no offense to this chick, a clear bimbo comes here and tries to debunk him, so he becomes a little more defensive and more high energy because she's clearly retarded and he doesn't want to be wrong. I think you need a moderator, honestly. You need to get a moderator to keep them on topic.
How can you say everyone can do that and sell it?
5 flags.
But how can you sell that? Like, it doesn't make sense.
How does that not make sense?
There's no such thing as an ethical entrepreneur. You cannot get rich without exploiting somebody else.
No, that's false.
Welcome to Wix Harmony, where you and AI work together to build a unique brand. Your words.
Hey, what's up,
Welcome
man?
back, man.
You miss me?
Yeah, I missed you.
I agree with that, actually. Like, you cannot get rich as an entrepreneur without cutting some corners, doing some shady shit. You know
You're
what
in
I'm
school,
saying?
right?
Yo, actually, when I was sitting there,
I'll prove you wrong right now. Let's say you live in a small town and there happens to be a lot of trees where the leaves fall off and you get a lot of rain. Maybe you're a coastal city or coastal town and there's not a lot of businesses that do landscaping. You go around, you knock from door to door, and you ask them if you can clean their gutters, and they pay you, I don't know, $50, $100. They don't want to go clean their gutters, and they gladly pay you that money to go do it. You go up on the roof, you spend 30 minutes, you clean out the gutters, make sure that the water flows. Done. They pay you for the job. You do this over and over again. Slowly build a business. You build a business off of helping people, and they help you by paying you. So you definitely, right there was just an example. There's hundreds more where you can build a business without taking from somebody else. Businesses are meant to be mutually beneficial. They trade their time for money. They use that money to pay you. You trade your time in providing a service. A business can be exploitative, but it is not always exploitative. I would argue a majority of businesses are not exploitative and they actually provide value, which is why people buy it. Because a business wouldn't exist if something of value that the customer was happy to pay for didn't exist, right? So Like, I can't believe how you're gonna argue against this. But let's see what he has to say.
Your full name on Instagram is Brez Scales, right?
Yeah.
I was like, you should change it to Brez Scams.
See, I don't understand how that's an argument, bro. Let's just add hominem.
Okay, so the prompt. No, listen. Can I talk? Can I talk? So the prompt is you can't get rich without exploiting someone, right?
Yeah, you gotta cut some corners, do some shady shit.
You think you have to do some shady shit? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you in school?
Yeah, I'm in college.
You're in college.
Yeah.
Where do you go to school?
FIU.
I don't know who owns FIU, but he's probably pretty rich, right? Like a lot of people paying tens of thousands of dollars to go to school there, right? And you're one of those people. So he's rich. You're buying what he's selling. He's exploiting you. That's what you're saying here.
Right, but that doesn't take away from the point that, he can
is-
also be
it
an
is the
entrepreneur.
point. It is the
But
point,
he's
though.
also doing shady shit too, just like you are.
What do you think he's doing that's shady?
I mean,
selling you the biggest course of all college.
I mean,
and
I
you're
don't
paying for it,
know.
you're getting
I don't know.
exploited.
I
That's
don't
what
know.
you're
I don't know
saying.
too much about him. I don't know if he's doing shady shit or not. But I can tell course sellers, they're not really all that ethical.
We're not talking about course sellers. The prompt was entrepreneurs in general. Right? People paid like $47.
Many other aspects. I actually hate TJR. You should stop hating.
Why?
Because he's racist piece of shit. Yeah.
It's for content, bro.
It's
Just
for
like
content?
just like how you're trying to rage bait me.
I'm not trying to rage
It's
with
just
you,
for
man.
content.
I'm not trying to rage with you, man.
If you
Do X desires, and she can work if she wants to. But if she doesn't want to
Having
work,
a
she
9-to-5 job makes you less attractive in the dating market. And that's an interesting topic. Before we go through this example with this woman, I'd like to say this is true if you're a man. If you're a woman, having a 9-to-5 job doesn't change your attractiveness level pretty much whatsoever. Maybe by a few points on a scale of 100, but as a man, it can be 20, 30, 40 points depending on what you do. With the advent of social media and Instagram and Tinder, niggas, you're screwed. If you work a 9-to-5 and you're just a normie, dude, you're cooked, bro. You're cooked.
should have that option. I find it attractive if a girl has her own goals, desires, like dreams, wants to, do X, Y, and Z. But if she wants to stay home and take care of the kids, she should have that option.
Saying that an entrepreneur guy is more attractive to a woman
yes.
than a 9-to-5
Because
guy.
I think that's big for a woman, that since any girl that has those traditional values as well, like would respect that highly of a man and find that very attractive.
So don't you think it's more risky for a woman to bet on a man who is an entrepreneur and he can go bankrupt tomorrow like this versus a guy who has a stable job, he has a career?
See, this woman is making a valid point, but the problem is if you put her in a real world situation where she has to choose between two different people, a 9-to-5 worker, just an average 9-to-5 worker making an average income, or an average entrepreneur making an average income, which is typically going to be higher, her actions will show that she doesn't actually believe what she's saying because she would choose. And you can say, Terrell, how do you know this? This is how women behave. If you get to know them well enough, you'll just see it. She's not going to choose. She says, oh yeah, stability, right? But the thing is she's not going to choose that when it comes to a real world scenario. She's going to choose the man who makes more money, which is typically going to be the entrepreneur. So the fact that she's making this argument is just in bad faith. This is what I meant by moving the goalposts. She doesn't actually mean what she says. She's just trying to win the argument for argument's sake.
He has all the benefits. He has, 401k, whatever with his company. Don't you think it's more secure for her to get pregnant with this guy, to get a house with this guy, and know that she has her future laid out, versus an entrepreneur who can disappear tomorrow like this?
You have a point there, but comfortability kills dreams. And I think a woman's job in a relationship is, no matter what the man is going through, to be there to support him and
to be a woman, go
successful man.
with everything. It's gonna take him a while. What is the woman gonna do?
It might take a dude a while to find a job too.
House and kids and the mortgage and all the bills to pay.
No.
You could literally start your own business right now with Shopify. It blows my mind. With Shopify.
No, that's fine. I get it.
College degrees are a scam designed to put you in debt and make you obedient.
Oh, you didn't even finish reading the prompt and you were up here.
Okay.
Yeah, she just wants to argue. Are you in college?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Why?
Let me backtrack. I don't fully agree with it. If you're going to school to become a doctor, sense. I went to math while making $10,000 a month doing marketing, like in my class. I could pull up like pictures on my phone of me like in the Facebook ads manager in my class. Like I was making.
But I feel like college overall isn't a scam because it's kind of like, if you think about it, it's the same type of consumption that you're selling. Like, informative consumption.
For sure.
So people are paying for your.
I can't listen to these chicks.
Yeah, but like I had to learn and go through maybe stations, but job.
Yeah, I mean, I like just people.
So,
And
For
okay, so I'm originally from LA and I moved here last month. And
For
I was-
college?
not for college. I honestly probably don't need to be in college. I am making good money without it. And
what do you do for work?
I just got this job, but I just did it for fun, kind of. I'm serving right now, but
Okay,
I'm
nice.
also making online
I used to
money.
be a server in high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It was a good job.
Yeah, I mean, I like just it for like the people aspect and
Yeah.
like getting to meet people. But when I was in LA and I was in my first semester of college, it was all free. That's why I don't think it's a scam, because you can go to
Well,
those
that's different because you got a
top
scholarship,
schools.
yeah?
No, it's just community college. You can go to community college and go for, maybe I paid like a couple $100s.
But again, there's two really valuable assets you have in your life. One, money, two, time.
But I
You
was,
wasted your time.
honestly, not really.
What did-
I went a
you
couple
needed-
days a week.
Let me ask you this. You needed your degree to get your server job,
No,
so you wasted your time. How many years did you go to school for?
I'm still in school right now.
Okay.
I moved here and I'm going to Miami-Dade. And obviously,
But
since I'm
if
not
you
a resident,
weren't in school, you
I
do
am
it
paying,
online?
I am paying good money. I mean, I'm paying like $5,000, which sucks. But
And you're
again,
wasting
this
your
is a-
time
this is
that
a
you could be
safety
spending
net.
serving and making money.
But I am doing it all. I serve. I
But
do make
but
my
you're
online
still
money
you're
doing-
still investing more money.
I'm learning. I'm gonna do a course soon. Drop in the course.
So you're gonna do a course?
Yeah. But I can.
So you
still be
believe in
college.
courses too?
I can be in college though and have that helps.
A lot of my students, like when they first join my program, they're working a job. He's in his business classes, okay,
That's
doing
what I'm making more than her. But again, like I just think it's good. My opinion, like you, Miami, and you're paying $80,000 to $100,000 a year.
It's a. I think you can go to school. Exactly. So they work their job until boom, they replace their income with their jobs too. If the whole internet got destroyed.
True.
A person has to really know themselves and like be really smart. Like what percentage inconsistency?
I have 0 viewers on my stream. This is a problem. What do we need to do to get more Twitch viewers? We're gonna start doing some research, guys. We're switching topics. Fuck that video. The video is gay. They're all retarded. How do we get more Twitch viewers? How YouTube? I'm streaming on YouTube. Live viewers. How to YouTube live viewers? Buy views on YouTube. All we can do, the first thing that comes up is buying views. Guys, this is my first ever live stream. I made 2 test pre-recorded stream-like videos yesterday, but this is my first ever live stream. I want to say it here. I will never, ever, 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 ever bot. Botting is fake. I will never bot, bro. I will never fucking bot. Okay. To increase viewers on your YouTube live streams, focus on pre-promotion, engaging content, and optimizing your stream for audience interaction. Nigga. Okay, promote before you go live. Pre-promotion is crucial. All right. Let them know you're going to be live streaming. This is useful if you have an audience. I don't have an audience, so I'm not going to do that. Not right now, anyways. Optimize your metadata, relevant keywords, descriptions, and tags. Okay, that makes sense. Choose the right time to stream. That's irrelevant right now because we're just going to be streaming as much as we can to build an audience and get better at it ultimately. Ultimately, I guess I'm kind of grateful for zero current viewers. I'm just talking to myself right now because this is going to help me improve, honestly. Okay. Engage actively during the stream. Okay. Interact with your audience in real time by greeting new viewers, responding to comments, and using polls to give voice. Okay. Interact with your audience. I'm going to interact with nobody. Perfect. Develop an engaging script and structure to keep your viewers interested. Okay, sounds good. Turn live streams into on-demand content. Okay, create shorts. Dude, there's probably a couple of parts where I can create shorts, bro, but okay, guys. Okay, guys. Sounds good. Listen, this is my first ever stream. I'm trying to become the best streamer alive. This is going to be, ultimately, this is going to be used as just memories of the past. We're going to archive this. This is crazy. This is officially my first stream, bro. No viewers, 0% chat rate, 3 views from me on my iPhone when I'm just checking the stream. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. You can buy. I will never ever buy bots. You can literally, yo, bro, niggas getting doxxed. Hold on. 56,000 creators love us worldwide. Oh, dude, that's rough. You could pay $1,000 and get 2,000 subscribers with 45,000 views. That's crazy. This is super smart business, especially with how popular streaming is now. That's crazy. Wow. These people are getting.
Hey guys, this is Kathy with Madcap Toys. Do you need views for your YouTube channel? You need to check out vfly.com.
That's crazy, bro.
All YouTube promotion platforms use bot views and fake engagement. Well, that's what I thought until I ended up using VFly. I saw my views and subs go up, and no, my channel didn't get banned or mess up my YouTube algorithm. So no bots, just real views from real people. Before I spill the beans, they're an official Google partner, guys, so you know they're legit. For as low as $10. I mean, that's cheaper than my burger.
Yeah.
One last thing, VFly's got a 4.5.
I was totally wrong. I thought this was botting. Apparently, this is real views. You pay $1,000 and you just get real views and subscribers, regardless of how good your content is. Okay. I don't trust it. It's not that I wouldn't get this specifically. I just don't trust it, bro. I can't see. Like this number here, $1,000, it gets you 1.82 to 2.7. I can't see that's real because if you have, let's say you have 0 video uploads, right? Like let's just say you have a YouTube channel, no video uploads, no profile picture, and you pay $1,000, they're gonna get you 1.82K to 2.7K subscribers on a channel with no content. Like, and let's say you have one shitty video that's an hour long of you just looking at the camera. They're gonna get you these views. I find that hard to believe, bro. Buy it, man. Flex with Ryan. I'm always wondering, is anything possible? Like, could I really become the #1 streamer? See, am I gonna have to stream a certain type of content? Because Mr. Beast currently is the #1 YouTuber in the world. Oh god, hold on. Mr. Beast. Why is there a fucking T-Series image? Okay, anyways, let's go to YouTube. Mr. Beast is currently the #1 YouTuber in the world with 470 million subscribers, and that's great. And, you know, to become the #1 streamer, right, would be awesome. But the thing is do you have to create normie content to become #1? Like I would consider this normie content. Not that it's not good videos, but it's optimized. He's optimizing for views, for what reaches what do the most. What video will attract the largest audience, and then how do I make that video the best, right? So he has what I would consider normie content. People like Myron Gaines, Andrew Tate, Clavicular now, they make kind of red pill content, which is the content I would like to make. But the thing is that's not optimized for the most views. See, he's got like fucking celebrities here, bro. It's crazy. See, you got to make normie content if you want to become #1. Kind of like Aiden. I guess what Aiden Ross does isn't too bad, right? He's not the #1 streamer, but let's look at that list. Top 10 live streamers. And it says Ninja. This must be outdated, bro. What's the Twitch top streamers right now? The Burnt Peanut. Jinxie's #2. This is Twitch, all languages, any channel. Okay. Hasanabi. Lasanabi. I don't even know who these people are. I've heard of this guy. Let's look at the top 2 as well. 9 million followers. That's crazy. Tifu's up there. Does Tifu even still stream? And the Burnt Peanut has another channel. Queso. What does he stream? Okay, just chatting. So he does a lot of just talking. Interesting. Max viewers 70K. That's crazy. Strogo does Counter-Strike and just chatting. Okay. Got Escape from Tarkov. Okay, so this guy, he's the Burnt Peanut is #1. He does a bunch of gaming. Okay. Lacey. And then there's Jinxie, who does just chatting. He plays Clash Royale. Good shit. Okay. Interesting. I guess Jinxie is super 91,000. That's crazy. Gifted subs, crazy. Paid active subs. Here's my question is what's the difference between current active subs and paid active subs? Because you'd think current active subs would mean people online and paid active subs would mean your total, but this number is lower. Obviously, I just don't understand what that means. Active subscriptions by tier. Okay. So this is like top tier. Okay, Prime tier 1. Interesting. I didn't know that Jinxie was #2. That's crazy. How did Jinxie? This would be helpful for me to know. How did Jinxie grow? He's got a crazy energetic personality. He's funny to watch, so it makes sense. Consistent streaming of R6. Okay. Good shit. Just streaming a lot of R6. Yeah, dude, Jinxie's big, man. Jinxie's big. That's funny. Interesting. Let's see, because this is gonna be super helpful for me. This is my first stream. Obviously, I've got a lot to learn. Let's see what Jinxie's first stream looks like. Let's see what his latest streams look like. Let's see how he's grown and the quality. Jinxie's first stream. Let's see.
How many kids do you have? I don't have any kids. Body count? You guys are
This is not his first stream. That's not his first stream. It's obviously bullshit. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's close this, close this, close this, close this, close this. Let's go. Let's just search Jinxie on YouTube and let's go to his oldest videos. Let's go. Videos. Oldest. 5 years ago. Let's watch something like. Okay, this means he's already been streaming for a while then. Let's watch it anyways.
Ballistic shield deployed.
Ballistic shield deployed.
Okay.
It's 3-1, man. Like, oh my god, dude. My fucking god, man!
Oh, so he's not happy.
Okay, I need to, Chad, I'm sorry, I need to lock in. That is terrible. Let's beat these kids, by the way. It was like 3-1. That just absorbs.
Just being relatable and funny. How do they get him? Okay. Muscles nice. Interesting. Famous and free. The cost of becoming Jinxie. Brokies versus Brez analysis. Look guys, we're on the home page. Crazy. 0 viewers. What does it say? YouTube is not. What does it say? Oh, it's not open that here. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. What is this? Oh, it's loading. It says the quality is poor. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Okay. Thanks for the heads up, guys. Okay, we're gonna end the stream here. I've got a lot to look over and review. That was good. That was good. It was slow. Wasn't a lot happening, but it was good. It was good. Thanks for viewing in. If you watch this after the fact, cheers.